Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I'm going to turn the camera around and give you a look at where I'm at here. I'm sitting on a park bench in Seaside, Oregon, and yes, that's the Pacific Ocean you're looking at out there. But of course, let's get down to business. I got a drone I want to show you today. This is the Fimi Mini version 3. I should say the Fimi X8 Mini version 3. Got to get the nomenclature right. And this one is improved. I recently posted a video with where I compared version 1 and version 2. And what Fimi typically does is incremental improvements to their drones. This one has a 1/2-inch sensor, so it's a little bit bigger sensor on it. So we should see some better video with it. This is just going to be a first impressions video, and I thought, you know, I'm out on vacation here on the Oregon coast, and so what better time to do it. The other thing I want to say is this drone was loaned to me by one of my viewers, and I appreciate that. I want to thank him for that. He wants to remain anonymous, but you know who you are. Thank you very much for let me fly your X8 Mini version 3. So let's just put this guy up in the air and take a look at it, and just you guys, mostly what I want you to do is pay attention to the video quality, and of course we've got some beautiful scenery here to look at, so we'll do that. The other thing I wanted to point out, using two hands here, one hand to hold the camera and the other hand, but the Fimi controller I really like. Notice how the phone is in the middle of the controller, so it's centered. Works quite well. So just a pretty handy way to do a controller. Balances well in your hand, etc. They've been doing that for some time. Well, since the first Fimi X8 SE drone, they've been doing this style of controller, and it works quite well. Okay, let's quit messing around. Let me get the drone unfolded and get it on the landing pad, and let's take it up for a little flight. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I've got the drone fired up and a screen recorder started, and of course the controller fired up. So let's enter the device, and it takes us right to the pre-flight check. It is not asking for any kind of calibrations. Return to home height is set at 35 meters, so that's good. I formatted the card last time I did this, but it wouldn't hurt to do it again, so let's format. Take just a second. And by the way, there was a recent firmware update for this drone, and I don't see any message on that formatting, so I'm going to assume it did that okay. I'm going to go to the About page so you guys can take a look at the firmware that's on this drone. So there's the firmware package in case you're wondering about that. Take a good look at that. Freeze frame if you wish. And yeah, let's go into that camera menu. We want video quality on high, of course. I think this guy will shoot in 60 frames per second. No, I'm just 30 here. So okay, it's only a 30. So we're gonna leave that there. Let's go back to video, and we're leaving everything else in auto. So white balance is in normal, color general, metering mode, center, and leaving it in H264. Let's take a look at battery. 90% battery, that's plenty. I did the firmware update with this battery, so that is why that is. I am going to I'm just trying to think if there's any reason why we can't take off. We've got 20 satellites. Let's start recording, and it wants us to take off as soon as possible, and we will. So I'm going to stand back so we can see the drone take off here. So let's do an auto takeoff on the app. So there's the little drone. There's the little drone. Got my cameraman looking at the drone here. So I am going to move it up a little ways and behind us, and I'm going to get my cameraman to point the camera at me. Okie dokie. So here we are. Let's move the drone around and we're going to do our droney. Everything appears okay. Looks like we're in pretty good shape. So I think, let me, I don't know, I've got that camera pointed down. Okay, let's do our droney. Reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And the drone is handling good. I had that camera pointed too far down there, didn't I? So let's, you can see where we're at here. We found a little bench that was kind of close to, so we found a little bench that's close to the walkway. I'm looking here, we have a little bit of a tilted horizon, I think. We'll go ahead and get it out over the beach here and give you a better look at that. Let's see, we're about 30 meters high. So we're not super high, but just kind of giving you a look. And we'll just keep backing this guy up till we get out over the water. We're at about 9 meters per second. A little bit of a breeze today, but not bad at all. There we can see the surf. So yeah, looking good. Oh, this is looking really good. I can tell you, I don't know if it, yeah, you know what? I think the horizon is fine. I'm going to kind of turn around here and we're going to look out into the Pacific and we'll take a look and see how that horizon looks. I don't know. I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I think that's darn good. I think we ought to run along the surf here and we'll turn around and come back. Boy, that is that is beautiful. I am really looking forward to seeing what the video off the SD card looks like, because it's I think it's going to look pretty darn good. Holy cow, look at that surf, man. So let's kind of turn here, and I should know what this head is called here. I will, if I can, I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen right now so you guys can see. But man, we got some pretty good waves coming in there. You'd think the surfers would be all over that. I'm not seeing any surfers. Of course, I'm just looking at the FPV feed on my phone. So I'm not seeing any surfers, but so far, we got 23 satellites. The control signal is full strength. Dropping that gimbal down a little bit so we can kind of take a look at the horizon here. And yeah, it looks pretty good to me. You know, there may be just a hint of a little bit of a crooked horizon, but not bad. So that's now it's starting to tilt a little bit. But we are flying due west right now, right out over the ocean. So let's kind of bring it back towards us and give you a look at the beach here in Seaside, Oregon, and the surf. Battery wise, down to 70% battery, and we've been flying for, well, we've been recording video for about 5.5 minutes, so doing pretty good. I can tell you, controls wise, I'm feeling very confident. Not a blip on FPV or anything, so looking quite good. I'm getting a big charge out of this surf. In fact, we're going to drop some altitude and get down a little lower so you guys can take a look at this. So we can get down pretty low here without a problem. So we're down about 18 meters above our takeoff point, and I just think this looks awesome. Man, oh man. I don't get to get these kind of shots in Idaho, so yeah, we're just going to kind of follow some of these waves in. We're flying sideways here, following it into the surf. Let's grab some altitude and kind of turn around here. As I get closer to the beach, I definitely want to have some altitude. I don't want to be low above people, and I see some people there in the surf, so we're gonna stay well away from them. but give you guys a look at what's going on here. 62% battery, so we're doing good. Man, I'm telling you, I'm loving this. I'm going to drop some altitude again. I just think this, watching the waves come in, I just think makes for a really dramatic shot. We are exactly 15 meters above takeoff point here. Man, that looks so good. How else are you going to get this kind of view but with a drone? That's what I'm saying. So let's turn around. That, if you heard some beeping in the background, that's just my Action 4 camera shutting down. What do we got going on here? I see something in the surf here. Oh no, that's somebody surfing. Okay, so we're going to stay out of his way. I thought, man, I see something there. Again, you know, one of the problems is you're looking at your, and I've got an iPhone 15 Pro Plus, so it's the bigger screen, but it's still, you know, you don't get the best view. Although I'll say, I'm in direct sunlight, and it's not dimming at all, and I'm doing a screen recording as well, so it's looking pretty good. One of the things that I think we should do, if I can find it here, is one of the things that we just did was we walked out to Lewis and Clark, the Lewis and Clark expedition, when they were clear to the west coast here. They set up camp at Camp Clatsop, right where the Columbia River comes into the Pacific Ocean. But they wanted some salt because they needed salt, not just to spice their food, but to cure their meat and so forth. Because to get back home, right? They had to hike all the way back across country to get home. So they did some. They set up some kettles and ovens, and they boiled off some salt. So maybe if we got enough battery here, I might take you over there and show you that. It's about half a block in, but I think we can sneak in there over the top. My issue is going to be finding it, right? So hopefully, let's see, it's got to be right in here someplace. Let's see, I'm getting my bearings here. There's our home point, and we went about a block or so. So, well, we got a little bird right at my feet here. They must be, little Tweety bird, they must be used to getting fed. So I'm going to go across this street right here. I think this may be it. If it's not, it might be one of the other ones. So dropping the camera down. And the yaw, it's taken me a little bit getting used to the yaw. And so let's take it slow and easy here. Now, I don't think this is it. I'm going to grab some altitude. And if this isn't it, oh, maybe it is. Hang on here. I think it is. Right on the other side of this tree here. Yes, it is. So I'm going to see if I can get you down there and take a look at that. So those, what you see there, let me drop the camera, right in the center of screen right there are some kettles. Let's see if we can go right over the top of it. I want to make sure I'm well above these trees. And those are the kettles, believe it or not, in 1805, in that oven right there, the Lewis and Clark expedition boiled, and they said something like 24 bushels of salt, and that got them so that they could cure meat and so forth and get back west. So there is some history out here, but anyway, let's head back out over the ocean, and then we'll bring it in. We're at 42% battery. And at the end of the video, I took some pictures of the information boards and stuff that they had there and the placards, so that you guys, I'll just put them on the screen and let you guys read them at your leisure to find out about that Lewis and Clark expedition. It's pretty interesting. I see some people standing right there, so we're going to go around them. But let's drop some altitude and get back over the surf here again. This is, I have to tell you, I haven't been talking much about the drone, and that's a good thing. That means the drone is operating perfectly. So we're down to 35% battery, and we started at 90%, and we've had video going for about 12.5 minutes. So that says something. This is the Pro battery that's in the drone right now, so it keeps it under sub 250 grams. Anybody that flies Fimi Minis knows that there's a couple different batteries. There's a sub 250 version and a plus. I don't know if they call it a plus battery or what, but it's heavier, and it takes you just over. Oh, I see some people there, so we're going to steer around them and bring this guy back in and bring it in for a landing here. Boy, that bird is just right at our feet here, just hopping around. I think he's looking for, hoping we'll feed him, or hoping for some scraps. Clearly, he's used to finding a little food here. So here we are. You can see me standing there. You know, we got a little bit of battery. Maybe I can kind of take you down. So if you look right here, evidently, whoops, running the camera the wrong way. These used to be houses out here, and you can see we're at the end of this sidewalk. I suspect that sidewalk was poured, God, I don't know, 100 years ago or something like that, a long time ago. So at any rate, let's just kind of move sideways here a little bit, and I want to just kind of show you a little bit of the frontage. That there's that walkway there they call the promenade, and it goes for a couple of miles. You can hike back and forth on it. Just wanted to give you a look at that. Wanted to give you a look at these old footings where these houses used to be, and the remains of their sidewalks, etc. Okay, let's bring it on back. Okay, we're going to bring this guy on back, and I'm going to tell my cameraman to kind of point the camera that way, because that's the way it's going to be coming back to us, and we'll see if we can just bring this guy in. We'll do, because we're in kind of a tight spot here, I'm just going to do a manual landing and see if we can get it on the pad. Almost back to us here. Whoops, boy, I'll tell you what, I'm not used to the yaw on this thing. Low battery, it says, when it got under 27%. So let's drop that camera down and see if we can get it over the top. And I'm going to stand next to my cameraman here, and we're going to move it over the top of that landing pad. Get it a little lower here. Well, it comes down pretty quick. It's got a pretty quick, so let's get it over the pad. And I'm going to get on the kind of the my left side of the pad, because we've got some grass there. Whoops, it moved over a little bit too far. Yeah, it's getting blown around here, and it's raising up, so I'm going to have to bring it down. We're just going to bring it right down. So left stick straight down.
Forward. Oh,
yeah. So my cameraman kind of freaked out there a little bit. We were at the, I'm going to pick up the camera here so you can see. We're kind of at the front side of the pad there. So we did all right though. It was getting blown around there at the second. So anyway, let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, I have to tell you, I was impressed with the little drone on that flight. I can't wait to look at the video off the micro SD card, but I can tell you it looked pretty good in the FPV feed, and the drone itself flew great. I yawed a little quickly a couple times there. That's my fault because I'm not used to the controls. And you can adjust that in the app. So yeah, I mean, that turned out pretty good. I'll let you guys judge the video quality on it. But man, I think we got some pretty dramatic footage of the waves and the surf there. And I did get to show you the Lewis and Clark expedition little salt factory, or what do you call it, salt boil, or whatever you call it, where they made some salt. Yeah, I thought it turned out just fine. We're going to do a lot more videos with this drone, and we'll take you through, in future videos, I'll take you through a lot of the features and so forth, but it sure seems like a winner to me. At any rate, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now. The Fimi X8 Mini version 3.